Well, hello there, everybody, and welcome to Over the Line. I'm Andrew McClain. I got to come up with a different way to start the show. That's so cheesy.
Yeah, we need to work out some, maybe make a list of different intros, and you can try them.
What am I, Bob Barker? Welcome to The Price is Right.
That might work for one show.
That's cheesy, man.
Yeah, it's a bit on the cheesy side.
Somebody, oh no, Tony just pulled a John Bird.
What?
Oh my God, I've never seen that happen before.
What did he do?
My sound was still on kind of low on my phone. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Inexcusable.
It was weird because I was looking at Bird because it's always going to be Bird.
I was looking at him too.
It's like, wait a minute, that's not him. It couldn't be Tony.
It was today.
Anyway, John Bird here, everybody.
Yes, hello everyone.
And Tony Gump. Hey now. Welcome back, everybody. Little chilly, might I say. It's a little chilly. How have y'all been holding up under the cold weather?
I've been staying with friends. Seth and Megan invited me over, and I stayed.
Are they in the
Thursday
Caribbean?
Night, Friday night. No, but they have heat.
Oh, I got you. You don't have heat at your house?
I keep my heat on 59.
59?
What? Yeah.
Good Lord, why?
Yeah, because I'm not paying $300 for gas. I will freeze to death before I will let the man take what little money I have.
Okay.
So the way we do it is we put it on that, then we close up all the vents downstairs. So when it does come on, it's blowing the air to my room and Hank's room. And then I have a heater I put in front of. I mean, my hands are like icicles all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
So you block off all the vents and
downstairs.
Okay.
So when it does come on, all the air goes up to the open vents, which are in my room and Hank's room.
Yeah. Well, and heat rises anyway, so it's going to be.
Yeah, but it doesn't do a whole lot of good. If it wasn't for my little heater, I would.
Maybe it's the architecture. Remember you was talking about the architecture of your house?
That doesn't help. A
lot of angles and shapes and everything else.
Yeah, there's a lot of empty space in that house.
A lot.
Yeah,
y'all do have.
Even in my bedroom, it's like 14 feet high down to 10 feet high. But I'm able to have my little lounge, where I've got my easy chair and I've got my television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all do have too much room in that house for the two of y'all. By the way, P. Diddy's 16th birthday today. He is the big 1-6, everybody.
Oh, my gosh.
How weird is that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you did. Peyton is 16 years old
now that
today.
I can't believe.
And it's, the first thing everybody's asked me is like, y'all going to get his driver's license today? And the answer is no, because, well, one, he was sick today. But two, the kids these days, they just don't want to drive, man. They don't. And I think I figured it out. Like, they don't have the interest we have when we were 16 and driving. Like, we couldn't wait to get out of the house.
Yeah, it was freedom.
But now, like, they're connected with all their people and all their friends, whether it's FaceTime or video games or whatever. So, unlike where if we wanted to hang out and spend time with our friends, we had to go drive to their house.
Yeah.
We had to get our mom to take us or whatever. Now,
humiliating.
They can hang out with their friends from the comfort of their own bedroom. So, but happy birthday. I just want to say I'm proud of that kid. Man, he's accomplishing so much with the drumming and everything else. Man, that's been huge. He's just a good kid.
Yeah, he is.
Just a good kid, and it's a wonder that like if you asked adults that whether 16-year-old Andrew McClain was going to raise a decent kid, they'd have probably told you no. They'd have probably said, nah, probably not.
Well, I think everyone is going to realize that you have a little later on.
Did I have what?
That you've done a great job with him.
Oh.
You've spent
I was waiting for it.
That you've spent a lot of time with him all through stages of his life.
Why are you talking like that?
Because I don't want to give it away.
Give what away? You whatever it is you don't want to give it away. As soon as you start with that tone of voice, you give it away.
Really?
Yeah.
Give it away! Give it away! Give it away now!
So what do you have? Do you have an offering?
Yes, it's an offering.
An offering for Peyton's birthday?
Yes.
I have no idea.
So everyone can share. I'm going to share with everyone.
Okay. Well, I have no idea what this is. Normally, I don't. I just tell Bird, don't even tell me what you're doing. Just do it.
You want to give you a hint?
Sure.
All right. It's about P. Diddy.
Okay. And what is it? Is it a video?
No, I didn't have time to do a video.
Well,
I drew some pictures of him at different stages of his life.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see him. You really did draw pictures of him?
No.
Okay. All right. Give us what you got. Let's see.
All right, you ready?
Alrighty.
Okay, hit it.
Here we go. The big 1-6.
Hardcore.
Big Daddy 60! 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 Big Daddy 60!
I know. That was good.
Yeah.
I like the aggressiveness of that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wanted the whole world to know that it was P. Diddy 16.
Well, they do now.
Yes, they do. I got to send that to him so he can show it to his friends. Like he will. Like he will.
You never know. He might send it to all his friends.
Send it to that podcast at the school or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. They can play it on the the Hornet News podcast.
Ooh.
There's an idea. I keep telling him, I'm like, you need to go just take over that podcast and host it yourself. And he's like, no, I don't want to.
And he was named after Peyton Manning. And what number did he wear?
Peyton Manning wore 18
It was 18. Okay.
in the NFL. And he was, ironically enough, he was 16 at Tennessee.
That's what was throwing me off.
Wow.
I remember
Yeah.
that too.
16 and then moved on to 18, which was his dad's number.
So now it's come together, full circle.
Yeah. Archie Manning, his number was 18. And that's why Peyton Manning went 18 when he went pro. But Eli Manning was 18 when he was at Ole Miss. So they kind of went back and forth.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then I don't even know what number Arch Manning is at Texas.
Well, he doesn't play anymore. Oh, the Art. Oh,
Yeah, the
Yeah,
young,
Arch.
the one that's
yeah.
currently in
He's
Ru-
like 11 or something like that.
Is he?
Breaking tradition.
Well, maybe that might have been his dad's number. You know, his dad, Cooper,
Check
played.
it out.
Oh, he's 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I thought so.
So
Wait, Arch Manning is 16?
his number is
Oh,
16.
his number. Oh, I was going to say, man, he must have.
No, his number
He's a
is
smart boy.
I was going to say it might have been, his dad, Cooper, was supposedly the best player out of all three brothers. And then
Yeah.
when he
that.
got, I don't remember exactly what happened, but he got recruited to Ole Miss. And I think he got injured like really bad to the point it ended his career. And so I don't think he ever even saw the first collegiate game. I think he got to play high school, and that was it. And then came, I'm trying to think of, was Cooper the youngest? I guess, I can't remember. Anyway, I just remember a big whodunit. I didn't really understand at the time, but when Peyton Manning was recruited by Philip Fulmer and announced and signed with Tennessee, the Ole Miss fans were pissed because they felt like they had a right to the Mannings, and they had like Manning effigies and Archie Manning, puppets on it. They were like hanging him and burning the effigies and all this kind of stuff.
that's just it's uncalled for is what it is.
That's college football.
Not anymore.
I don't think you could get away with that now, but back then you could do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the effigies have been a big part of collegiate sports. A lot of coaches have been burned in effigy.
Yeah?
Yes. Dean Smith, my favorite basketball coach of all time with the University of North Carolina Tar Heels. When he took over in 1957, he had no experience. He was thrust into it. And by the fourth game of the season, he lost to Duke. They hung him in effigy. Twice that season.
Wow.
I'm glad all those people are dead.
Dang.
Well, I am. They were hanging him in effigy. I mean, most of them are probably dead. I'm not glad they're dead, but, I mean, they were going to be dead anyway.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, their time was coming. It just came a lot sooner than us.
Sports fans are rabid. I mean, that's the bottom line. And you got to, the quicker you understand that, the better off you are. Sports are not for the lighthearted.
No,
and I used to be in that mix too, but I've as time's gone on and as college football's kind of, gotten trampled on, I feel like. They ruled that they can now have sponsorships on the jerseys.
Yes.
How ridiculous.
It's like NASCAR. I mean, come on. There's only so much space. I mean, how much space is the kicker going to get? I mean, if let's say that somebody like an Ohio State sells, I mean, can you sell out the jersey? Do you measure how much space is on the jersey? Because certain numbers, double-digit numbers, are not going to have as much space.
It's a 4x4. I think 4-inch by 4-inch advertisement, as big as it can be.
Okay, well, you're not going to be able. I mean, they're going to do like Ohio State.
And you can only have two.
Oh, okay.
There can
At
only
least
be
for
two,
now.
and they can only be a 4x4. Yeah, for now.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I'm unclear as if is it like the team sells it, or I can't imagine that each individual player would get their own advertising.
No, they're going to have a sales department they're going to add to the colleges, I imagine.
Well, I got to think that like a team says, all right, we're Krispy Kreme and Pilot gas station or whatever, and then everybody's got to wear that.
I would think there's some kind of business deal, too, with the patches, because not only do they have their university that's going to collect revenue, but the NCAA is going to want a piece of that, and so is the SEC or whoever they're with. I bet you it's like a royalty thing as it goes downhill.
They should use that. If they're going to do that, like do it as revenue sharing with the players, because instead of finding ways to pay the players, what they're doing is they're jacking up the price of everything else. They're jacking up the ticket prices. They're jacking up the merchandise prices. And it's like, you're going to end up running people off is what you're going to do.
Yeah, what I think is going to happen is they're going to try to keep the salaries low for as long as they can and try to make as much money as they can, because eventually the players are going to win just like they do in pro sports. They're going to get lots more money later on. I think that's going to become a thing.
You mean getting more money in college?
The players will eventually get much more money in the long run, like 5-10 years from now. I think that the salaries are going to go way higher.
Well, I can tell you that I am almost to the point. I'm going to start pulling for them in addition to the Crimson Tide and the Tar Heels next year. But eventually, I think I have picked a small Division 0 team that I'm going to pull for. The Montpelier High Steppers out of Vermont.
Really? Mm-hmm. Montpelier?
High Steppers.
High Steppers.
Yeah, I'll bring you their logo next time we get together.
Maybe we can go get us all a jersey.
Oh, yeah.
And we can all support them together. By the way, why are you dressed like Al from Home Improvement tonight?
I'm not. Somebody said I was dressed like, who's the guy on the, Brawny.
Brawny.
Yeah, I mean, I think it looks good. You folks don't like it?
I mean,
you can chop wood.
Montpelier High School?
Montpelier. No, not high school.
Well, this is a high school in Vermont.
What school was it? I don't want to put
This is it. Montpelier High School.
they don't. Yeah, they're very mistrustworthy of the internet. So they're probably not even on there.
It's got an owl for the mascot. What were you trying to say they were? What?
Did you just make that up?
No.
The school you're talking about?
The Montpelier High Steppers.
Oh, High Steppers. Let me try that.
Try it.
I mean, you can try, but like I said, they shy away from social media.
John Bird made this up.
I did not.
I believe him.
Thank you.
I think.
Elsa Wheel,
Vermont.
90 years old, is still a high stepper from 7 Days of
Yeah,
Vermont.
but that's high stepper like a general term. It's not like a group of people.
Yeah, it's the Montpelier High School. I think you just got confused, John Bird.
No.
Okay, well, fine. Bring us a high stepper jersey. Go order one online and bring one to us, and we'll all wear it.
All right.
I should have never looked that up. I'm sorry.
You just ruined Bird's shtick.
You never know when he's, I have no idea.
Any other time he'd have told you
Thanks,
to Google
Tony.
it. Tony, Google it.
No, I'm sticking to my guns. The Montpelier High Steppers forever.
Anyway. So what else is new, everybody?
Potential mini civil war.
Yeah, outside of Civil War, what else is new?
I am starting Friday. I've been preparing for my regime, and I need to come up with a clever name for it. I plan to lose 30 to 60 pounds.
Wow.
And starting Friday, I'm going to weigh myself each week, and I'm going to take a picture of myself in my underwear, standing sideways so you can see my body. Each week, I will show the picture.
Okay, so you're going to show it on the podcast.
Yeah, starting Friday.
Oh, wow.
That'll be the first day that I start, and then I'm keep a journal, and I'm gonna write down everything I eat.
You going to do tidy whities in the picture?
Do you think I haven't owned tidy whities in 25 years?
I think you should go get some and do the pictures in tidy whities.
No.
Yeah, I think
that's
you should.
Not me.
I think you should. And then I like what you're doing here. You hold yourself accountable by bringing to the podcast what not only you look like, but what you're eating.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm going to go very protein heavy. My goal is 0 carbs. I'm not going to eat any carbs. If anything has carbs, I won't eat it.
That's going to be almost impossible.
Now, if you do no carbs and no sugar and that kind of thing, take a supplement of cinnamon every day, and you'll watch that weight melt off pretty fast.
Well, wait a minute. You will choke to death if you try and take...
Not like a capsule, not like a spoonful of cinnamon.
Yeah, you can get capsules for like 500 milligrams or something. It's just cinnamon in the capsule, so it's real easy to go down. But the cinnamon will help the...
Siri.
Go ahead.
Order me some cinnamon in a capsule.
And make sure it's, I think it's pronounced Ceylon or Kylon cinnamon. That's
Ceylon.
Yeah, that's the good stuff.
Dang, that's expensive. I'm not buying that. I'll just buy a thing from Walmart. It's like $2.50 for cinnamon.
Just go back to the spoonful.
Yeah.
Do the cinnamon challenge once a day.
I think so.
Yeah, you'll be all right. I say you should do the cinnamon challenge on this show.
Boomer's going to do it too. Excellent. Trish's going to do it too. They're saying it right here. Everybody join me. I mean, you might not need.
But you're the only one that's going to do the tidy whities, right?
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
But see, the only way I can hold myself accountable after I saw the wrestling attire. Mm-hmm. When I've been working on the video. I mean, when I'm exposed to that a lot, having to look at it,
I can imagine it.
Now I have one request.
Yes.
When you start it, make like a silhouette of when you started, and then get the silhouette of when you finished.
You can go up against the door frame at your house and put your belly up against it and make a little mark. And then every week, you go make a new mark to show your belly. You know how they do like kids' height?
You guys are trying to humiliate me.
No,
all I'm going to do is stand in my underwear sideways, looking ahead, and take a picture. And each week, they'll be able to see it shrink. And then, Tony, what I will do when I get down to my way, I tell you what, I'll create one of those silhouettes, starting with me big all the way down to me being svelte.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I can't imagine what Bird's gone through having to watch hours of himself in that wrestling uniform.
Oh, apple cider vinegar.
Yeah,
That's
that
another
works.
one.
Yeah, Jamie said, hey, can you mix them together? Can you mix the cinnamon with it?
You can try it.
I think with the cinnamon pill, it won't matter.
I mean, as an adult, you can do whatever you want.
But yeah, ACV works. Apple cider vinegar works really well for bloating
Curbing
and
sugar
everything.
cravings and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
too. There's this stuff that I keep seeing, and it's what's it called, Goli or something?
Goli.
It's like 3 different bottles of gummies.
Goli.
Yeah. That stuff sounds like it not only can help you with that stuff, but also help like kind of reset your body and your gut and stuff.
Does it have red dye 5 in it?
I don't know. I mean, doesn't everything?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to eat it if it does.
What does that do to you?
Huh?
Nothing.
You'll die. You'll probably get cancer later in
You'll
life.
red dye. So I can't imagine what Bird's gone through having to watch for hours himself in that wrestling outfit as he's. How close are you to putting the Over the Line Bart movie together?
It's still a while.
Yeah, it's gonna be
because what I'm going to do, I don't want to make it 40 minutes. I mean, we got 99 videos, and then I've got pictures, which I believe you sent me all of yours.
Well, don't feel like. I mean,
no, it's got to be an experience, man.
I'm just saying, don't feel like you gotta set a time limit. If the content's good enough, make it a 30-minute video or whatever.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
I just want to make sure she's rolling forward, and it's got that party feel, that kind of magical.
And it's all in order and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that would be a big feat, so I'm not trying to rush you. I'm just saying that I was just wondering kind of where it was at.
Yeah, I'm kind of working on it in pieces instead of doing that. I'm going to work on it for 14 straight days because that's Burn City Johnson. So I'll work on it good for a couple of days, then I'll chill, then I'll go to work on it again. And I've got everything. I've got everything labeled. That's the important thing when you're a videographer like me. You have to make sure that you label every video. You don't just want, image 4782 or image 4694, because you just don't know what's on there. And if it's a video, you can't just look at the front of it. You've got to watch it.
You leaning into AI at all? I think AI could probably help you as far as, just different things, different aspects of. He's using AI.
I am not.
Hey, don't be scared to reach out to Gary Cantrell and ask him, hey, if what do you think about this or that or the other? He's a pro.
Yeah, I need to. I've been texting with him a little bit. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Yeah, but I mean the big thing is, I'm doing some neat things with the pictures instead of it just coming up. So I've got some neat things that I'm doing with photos. And guys, if y'all have any pictures, please send them to me. And actually, everyone out there, if you have gone to BARP, please send me all your pictures. I believe Stacy G has. But if you would send them, I pulled some off of Facebook that I've seen. But you can send it to birdworks@gmail.com. That's BY as in yellow, RDWE as in egg, RKS @gmail.C as in cat, OM.
There's a lot that I think I didn't send you. So do you want me to send you everything I got?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, especially pictures.
Okay.
Because I want to try and do a mix of them. And like on Friday night, we don't have many pictures at all.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot with Friday night because it was crazy.
Friday, you talking about Bubba
was.
199?
Yeah. That was.
They got wild for
I think
John
they got
Bird.
a lot of pictures of you, Bird, that night.
Yeah. You were the star of the show at 199.
Wow, almost got.
Johnny
You were like
Carroll.
Alex Stein the day before,
Well, I almost got stabbed that night. And Bubba made me take off my mustache and sideburns. I was humiliated.
Oh, did he? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And then I had who was the sweet lesbian lady? She came
Scout
up
and Biggle.
I don't
Short-
know which
short
one.
one?
Yeah, I don't know which one,
I think it's Scout.
Who is the gregarious one? The one that's really
Scout. I think that's Scout.
Okay, well, Scout gave me a massage.
Oh, really?
And that was the best part of the night. I almost fell asleep. I mean, yeah. And she was going around, and it didn't matter male, female. She was giving massages. And I'm like, man, and she was giving massages to people she'd known for years. And she just met me, and boom, oh, man, that was the best.
Now, not too many people can say they've been on the Bubba the Love Sponge show and got a massage by a lesbian at the same time.
A lesbian truck driver. They're truck drivers.
Oh, excellent.
FTE.
They have, separate rigs, or do they long haul and then take turns driving?
I think they long haul together. But I'm not
money
sure.
in that. More money in that, really.
I've been hearing about them for 10 years. They've been calling Bubba's show for a long time.
Oh, they're diehard.
So, Nick says her massages are world famous.
Yeah, and Rainey says she does that to people she loves. Oh my gosh, after only one night.
Okay. All right, so are we on the brink of a civil war, guys? What do you think?
Hopefully. I mean, I don't know.
Hopefully. What the crap, dude?
If it's a civil war, we're ready.
I got a full box of popcorn.
Yeah, we're armed to the teeth.
All right, well, this is a message for Nick the gun guy. We need to get to work. We're going to need to step up our timetable. I was going to buy a gun from him, a 9mm.
You're going to need more than a 9mm for the Civil War, my friend.
Let me tell you what. You know how fast I can load? I don't have one, but I got friends on it. You know how fast I can do the clip? I can John Wick the clip.
That's right. He watches a lot of John Wick.
Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Take those protests.
Well, and we're all going to be together, so we got each other's backs.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
We'll form a triangle so no one can sneak up on us, like back-to-back triangle.
And Tony does have one of the less than lethal. Well, I guess it's not less than lethal. The air rifles that I was thinking.
that thing. Yeah.
I was going to say we could use it at protests, but I guess it's just as effective as like a 22. So.
No, we need one of those like beanbag shooters.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, because we don't want to unalive people if we don't have to.
If they're coming for us, Tony, if they're coming for you, what are you going to do?
I mean, I hope nobody comes for me, but if they did, they'd be sorry for doing it. I'll tell you that much.
Why would they be sorry for doing it?
Because I'm ready to go, brother.
Ready to go how?
What are you trapping
let's
me
not
into?
let's not get descriptive. You two will kick us off.
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh, well, I've already done it. They probably kicked us off. I'm talking about what I'm going to do. I'm gonna kill them with kindness.
Yeah,
if
we
people
have
are like
no-
coming to
no
my
violence.
house, I'm going to bring cookies out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
Let
them.
me know how those crazed leftists
Got
enjoy
cookies
you
ready.
walking out
Bob
with
Cook,
cookies.
I need an order of 5,000 of your chocolate chip cookies.
Bob Cook could bring the world together.
Yes, he could.
So, well, that's what they need in the streets of Minnesota is Bob Cook's cookies. All right, so we have not discussed this because this has happened over the weekend. And, even in our text, we didn't really discuss it. But initial thoughts on what happened with this Alex Pretti guy who was...
Man, what a cluster.
Well, I tell you what, before we get into that, there has been some entertainment come from this. And it's come in the form of the protests themselves. Mm-hmm. Did you see the video where the one guy or the one they, them... picked up a flashbang that was thrown. And I don't know if it was a flashbang or if it was a smoke grenade or what, but they picked it up and it blew up in their hand, and they then started running down the street yelling for a medic.
Whoops.
Because remember, this stuff is very organized, so there's protesters that are medics and everything else. And, I mean, as a matter of fact, Alex Pretti was a medic. Or a ICU nurse, but
yeah, I wonder if I'm sure there's like people that aren't in on it that are protesting that just think everybody else is, and they don't realize.
Yeah, absolutely, there are. Which you want to talk about a sucker? A real sucker is somebody out there that's not getting paid for it. Mm-hmm. You're the sucker. Anyway, here's the video of that individual who I guess somewhat injured themselves by almost blowing their hand off. Watch them.
Medic. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Grab the strong hand.
That was a very popular dance in the 60s called the worm. She's got the wiggle going.
I don't like the safety dance. We can protest if we want to.
Oh, P-Roll said awesome video. Oh, man, he's watching. Or
yeah.
did you send it to him?
No, I told him he needed to watch.
Oh, my gosh. So all the bros are probably watching.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my gosh.
But how about that, man? Talk about ruining your fun day of protesting. Have a flashbang blow up in your hand.
That was awesome.
But anyway, back to the shooting itself. So, what is the takeaway? Because there are people on both sides that are, I've seen conservatives be like, "Oh, this is not good." There were people texting the radio show saying, "Listen, man, there's no way to spin this one. This one was straight up killing, blah blah blah." And I'm like, all right, let's just. Before we jump to conclusions, let's take a step back. But, John Bird, your initial thoughts.
On what?
Let's watch the video first. How about that?
About the girl getting her hand blown off? Well, that was very silly.
No, let's. Here's the video. All right.
Alex Petty. Oh, the Alex Petty.
Alex Pretti.
Yeah.
This is the video. This is slow motion. All right. This is after. Remember what the situation was. So, ICE agents are there. There's some lunatic, crazy liberal white woman that's over the side blowing a whistle because she's alerting the immigrants, I guess, or whatever. They're going to a donut shop where apparently they suspect like there's criminal illegal aliens. I'm talking about bad hombres. I'm not talking about Maria cleaning toilets. So they're headed there. Woman's blowing the whistle. There's a bunch of other people around, and that's when Alex Pretti shows up. And he starts getting in the face of officers. He's recording them or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess the liberal white woman is acting a fool. They tell her to back up. She doesn't listen, so they pepper spray her. Well, then Alex Pretti goes over there to help her up, and they say, "No, you're not helping her up. Like this is we got police activity going here." So they pull him off of her. Well, then he starts struggling with them. They're like, "You're under arrest," and he's like, "No, dude, I ain't under arrest." So blah blah blah. That's where we get right here, and this is how it goes down in slow motion.
This is where you gotta look for the gun.
Yep. That officer's trying to get his gun off of his hip, as you see.
Yep.
He's trying to unholster it. He's pulling. I think at that point he gets it. And then he turns around, and this is just within a split second. Then they blast him. And then that lady proceeds to scream for 5 minutes.
I tell you what, that video is not pretty.
John Bird.
That's horrible. I got Tony edit that out.
What would you say that?
Oh, man, it sounded good in my head, but good grief, it didn't sound good coming out. I'm sorry.
So what you have here is the bottom line is it's a series of unfortunate incidences.
If I may say something, seriously, not joking, when you're watching that in slow motion and Alex Pretty's on the floor, and then you have the agent trying to get the gun, am I correct in seeing that he actually got the gun out, and the first one to shoot was somebody that was right there that should have had a clear sight to see him remove the gun, and then he started shooting?
Well, here's what happened. So there's a couple different things that possibly happened here, and there's body cam footage and all kinds of stuff that'll come out in the investigation. You got the guy who's basically on the opposite side of Pretti, and he's kind of reaching over him to try to unholster the gun. The rest of the cops are fighting with him, trying to figure out what's going on. Almost simultaneously, or maybe even before he fully gets the gun out, one of the agents starts yelling, "Gun, gun, gun." Well, most of the agents, if not all of the agents, know that he's got a gun on him. Right. All right, that's the problem. And once that happens, in their police training, an agent yelling "gun, gun, gun" means, it's time to fire upon this individual, because if we don't, law enforcement does not have the luxury of waiting until they're staring down the barrel of a gun.
Oh, yeah, split.
to act.
I mean, it's blink of an eye.
And so what happens is he pulls it out as somebody's yelling, gun, gun, gun. And that's when they say, okay, we've got to neutralize this threat. At the same time, according to other angles, Pretti is also reaching towards his hip. For whatever reason, we'll never know why he was doing it.
Maybe it was like, don't take my gun.
And he also had a phone in his hand.
Yes.
Which could, it's something. And it could have been mistaken for that or whatever. There's also the instance of the SIG that they pulled off of him, accidentally firing, and they're notorious for this, accidentally firing after that cop pulls it out. I haven't confirmed whether or not that actually happened, but those guns do that. This was slightly modified. It had a scope mounted to the top of it. It had a threaded barrel to add a silencer. It was kind of a weird firearm to be taking, especially if you know firearms.
Yeah, and a P320.
Yeah, that's right. That's not the model gun you want to be taking out in public where there's a lot of people. I mean, if we're being intellectually honest, but I don't think this guy knew a whole lot. If he knew about firearms, he would have known he didn't need to show up to that arena.
I heard he'd gone to the firing range a lot, and actually that was like almost a hobby of his. That's what his mom said when he interviewed.
Well, I'm basing this on his actions of that day.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have taken it with you.
No.
He did not have his license or his permit on his persons, which you're legally required to do. And if you don't have it, you're carrying illegally. There's a lot of different instances there, and you can split hairs or whatever on that front. But the fact, this is the point that you can't get past. He was tussling with police, and he had a firearm on him. Once you get to that point, like you have decided, I'm okay with the possibility of losing my life. That's just that's where you're at that point, because anything can happen, a mistake can happen, a gun can accidentally go off or whatever. And I think, considering the circumstances, as tragic and as unfortunate as it is, I still think these officers are justified, because it's all going to come down to, did they in fact believe that their lives, their fellow officers' lives, and the people on the streets' lives were in danger? If so, then they're going to be justified.
Well, it falls at the feet of the mayor.
Well, absolutely.
Now, this guy, before he got there, I just saw sometime this afternoon that he was involved with this whole signal chat thing.
Yes.
And they had found that. And so basically he was trying to disrupt ICE already and purposely getting involved.
Oh, it's even bigger than that big whodunit. So I went through this earlier today on the show. So you may have seen something updated on that I haven't seen, but what I had pieced together with the particular signal chat that had been leaked made it seem as if, if he wasn't in the signal chat, he just happened to do exactly what that signal chat was asking people to do, which was go to this area and harass and impede. These signal chats in particular are so advanced and so coordinated that it is like a modern day. It's like I read a tweet from a guy who's special forces, and he said back in the mid 2000s we used to go fight, these insurgents that were very coordinated. They communicated well. They had all these different outposts and everything. He said that's what this is. Let me read it to you. This is the guy's name is. Please tell me I have it. His name was give me 2 seconds. I gotta pull it up in my email. But it was a fascinating read. Let's see. What's today, the 27th?
Yeah, there was some people on YouTube before we got on that were supposedly saying that some of the stuff was verified, and it definitely was him. I don't know if that's correct or not in that chat.
Yeah, so this guy, And again, if that is the case, I am not surprised whatsoever. I can't freaking find it now. Anyway, so I'm just gonna have to give you. Here it is. Eric Schwalm is the guy's name, right? Now listen to this, and here I'll send it to you, Tony, so we can follow it. But I want you to listen closely to this, especially those of you in the audience. Eric Schwalm, who, according to his bio, he says retired Green Beret, CW4, skeptical patriot, questioning narratives, governance, and security, intel background focused on truth beyond the mainstream. He says, as a special forces warrant officer with multiple rotations, running counterinsurgency ops, both hunting insurgents and trying to separate them from sympathetic populations, I've seen organized resistance up close. The pattern is familiar. Spotters, cutouts, dead drops, disciplined comms, role specialization, and a willingness to absorb casualties while bleeding the stronger force slowly. What's unfolding in Minneapolis right now isn't protest. It's low-level insurgency infrastructure built by people who've clearly studied the playbook. Signal groups at 1,000-member cap per zone. Dedicated roles, mobile chasers, plate checkers, logging vehicle data into shared databases. 24/7 dispatch nodes vectoring assets. Salute-style reporting on suspected federal vehicles. Daily chat rotations and timed deletions to frustrate forensic recovery. Vetting processes for new joiners. Mutual aid from sympathetic locals like teachers providing cover, possible PD tip-offs on license plate lookups, home-based coordination points, rapid escalation from observation to physical obstruction or worse. This isn't spontaneous outrage. This is C2, which is command and control with redundancy, OPSEC hygiene, and task organization that would make a SF team sergeant nod in recognition. He said, replace ICE agents with occupying coalition forces, and the structure maps almost one-to-one to early-stage urban cells we hunted in the mid-2000s. Most sobering part, it's domestic, funded, trained somewhere, and directed by people who live in the same country they're trying to paralyze law enforcement in. When your own citizens build and operate this level of parallel intelligence and rapid response network against federal officers, complete with doxing, vehicle pursuits, and harassment that's already turned lethal, you're no longer dealing with civil disobedience. You're facing a distributed resistance that's learned the lessons of successful insurgencies, stay below the kinetic threshold most of the time, force overreaction when possible, maintain popular support through narrative, and never present a single center of gravity. So, all of that to say, this is so coordinated and structured that it's just what you're seeing on TV with these protests is it's basically what you would see with the Taliban or different terror groups. That's what it is. It's basically a terror group running special ops on the streets of America, in the streets of Minneapolis. And that's crazy to think, because I was doing some research on the signal groups, and in fact, that's what they're doing. They have people working shifts, reading plates, sending them back to databases to where they see if it's a ICE officer. Sometimes they get it wrong. I've seen videos of just regular guys picking up groceries, and they're like, you're ICE, and they're blowing their stupid little whistles, and the dude's like, what are you talking about? I'm picking up groceries. You know.
That's just...
And they are told in those signal groups to go harass. And so what Tony's talking about is that there is reporting that this guy was in one of those signal chats and that he was directed to go to that donut shop and hinder the law enforcement activity of ICE in that particular mission, which would mean the people of that signal group sent that guy to his death. But I don't even put it on the people of Signal, because get this, we find out today that just a week prior to this, he had another confrontation with ICE where, according to him, he saw ICE chasing a migrant family. And let's just assume that Alex Pretti saw a mom and a dad and 4 children running down the street from an ICE agent, right? And he decided he would intervene. He starts blowing his whistle. He starts blocking ICE. Well, they then do what they do. They tackled him, pinned him on the ground. I don't know if they just detained him and let him go or what, but he claims he broke a rib. They broke his rib. And so he goes to the doctor and gets his rib fixed or whatever. A week later, he's back in the same position with a broken rib, allegedly, fighting with ICE officers. This guy was on a mission to do this. He's an ICU nurse at the VA. Wait, do y'all not work 12-hour shifts? How do you even have time for this? And then there was another story that came out just 2 or 3 hours ago that he was, before that, running around, running plates, chasing ICE vehicles, and all part of this larger signal group, this coordinated terrorist organization. So he was, we got to not pretend like this is just some average American that was wondering what was going on and wanted to go document what ICE was doing. This guy was a troublemaker. He had been for weeks and weeks on a mission to impede law enforcement. And you can only do that for so long before you FAFO. And that's what happened to him. That's my opinion. What's your opinion?
I wonder if he was getting paid by a group,
Well, and I would think he's got a pretty good job, right?
Extra money,
And so it's like,
It comes down to TDS. I really believe that.
well, he definitely had TDS. I mean, everybody in those groups have TDS.
I mean, they never make good decisions. Have you ever seen someone with especially advanced TDS ever make a good decision or say anything that makes sense?
Yeah, it's what needs to happen, and the FBI apparently said today that they have the information on these signal groups and they're looking into it. But
Have they gone to his phone?
Well, that's part of the investigation, but yeah, I gotta imagine they will. Now, the problem is the FBI and the DOJ has told us a lot of stuff, and they haven't necessarily followed through, at least not in a timely manner. So we'll have to see how that turns out. But if you want to put a stop to that, this is not about fighting back against ICE. This is about creating division and civil war, if you will, in this country by people that are not out on those streets, that are not protesting or holding signs or even fighting with ICE. These are people that spend their money
And time
to destroy
and
the country.
effort.
That's what they're doing. And so as that plays out, everybody's attention is on Alex Pretti trying to decide whether or not it's justified. Legally, I'm just giving it to you on a legal side of things. Legally, as long as the feds are the one that are investigating this case, 100% justified, shouldn't be charged. But it's also why Minnesota, the state of Minnesota, Keith Ellison, Tim Walz, why they want to take over the investigation, because they want to charge him.
Yeah.
They want to charge this individual like they did Derek Chauvin, put him up on a rigged trial, and make an example out of him. But the feds can't. They can't allow that to happen. Can't do it. JT 999, Shirley for the drunk call the other night. No.
Surely. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, I may be sorry. Yeah,
He
yeah.
meant sorry.
No, it's okay, JT.
Hey, what do you think about Walz and Trump? What? I mean, I guess it's a good thing he negotiates, but it seems like almost like you give him an inch, you're going to take a mile. And you're getting rid of the Border Patrol's captain,
Greg Bovino.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what you're having now. Tim Walz claims that Donald Trump was going to draw back federal agents, draw back ICE out of Minneapolis. At least some of them. They're like, no, we never said we would do that. We said we'd look at it. The other thing is Nick Sorter reported earlier today that Border Patrol agents have been given orders to not, for example, if they run a plate and it's the plate of an illegal that doesn't have a criminal record outside of being illegal, that they are to ignore that. That they're supposed to be concentrating on the illegals and that,
The criminals.
The criminals. And that's got some people sideways where they're like, hey, don't change course because, as John Bird said, you give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. But it could be a negotiating tactic. It's not like that's a new rule nationwide. And I don't even know that it's a rule in Minneapolis, but you got, like, Trump knows what he's doing on this front. And he's leading the charge when it comes to dealing with Fry, dealing with Walz, and we'll see how it plays out. Because all their poker chips are on Alex Pretti. And at some point, that's going to come out, and they're gonna have the story will move on. They just feel like this is, and they're using it as well to cover up the massive fraud that they've got going on in Minnesota. They're looking for every distraction possible.
I still think California is the big mama of fraud out of all of them.
But think about this: if things are this bad in Minnesota, as far as rebellion or what have you, what is New York and California going to be like if you try and...
That's a whole different tribe,
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's where you're talking about the Civil War.
Well, you got to understand why all of this is happening in the first place, okay? So these ICE operations are being conducted in Memphis, in New Orleans, in Alabama, in Washington, D.C., and they're all going off without a hitch, right? Why is that? Because those local officials have said, we will work with the federal agents. These federal agents are coming into cities and they're saying, here's all we want. We want you to give us access to your inmate roster at your jail and access to your welfare benefit recipients. And for those that are on that list that are illegal, we are going to go pick them up. It's as simple as that. Especially when it comes to the jails, they're already in custody. You're not having to chase them down. You're not having to put your ICE agents in a dangerous situation. You're just simply picking them up, transferring them from one detention center to another. All right. Those cities said that's fine. But then they get to Minneapolis, and Tim Walz and Jacob Fry are like, no, our law enforcement's not allowed to work with you. So that then puts the ICE agents on the streets, hunting these people down and causing this situation. If they would have simply said, and this goes to, so if they say you can't have access to our jails, they are actively protecting the criminals.
Yes.
The Trump administration doesn't want the ICE agents on the street. Tom Homan doesn't want them on the street. They want them in the least dangerous position as possible, which would be what's happening in Memphis and other cities. Minneapolis won't allow them to do it, and so that's why all of this is happening. And people have to understand that this is not Donald Trump sending the Gestapo to the streets of America. This is the local government refuses to hand over real criminals, the ones that are in jail, which means they are, one, they're here illegally, but they have committed more crimes, some very heinous, and the local government says, no, you can't have them. They're going to keep them in their jail and then probably let them out early back onto the streets. They actually do. They let them back out on the streets without telling ICE, and then ICE has to then go hunt them down. That's what's happening, and that's why we are where we are today. This all falls on. If you want to blame somebody for this guy getting killed, blame Tim Walz.
If
blame
they didn't
Jacob
have
Fry.
all this fraud going on in Minnesota, maybe they would be inviting to let him in, and have a look. I just think that's part of it.
It's crazy. So that's one thing that most of the, I would dare say, a large portion of people that have opinions, and listen, everybody and their mama has had an opinion on it, and I've seen it from all sides. You've seen it of, people that either are in the middle or people that are conservative that are saying this is not good. People on the left, they're always going to have the same opinion.
Right.
But there's a lot of people aren't looking at the big picture here and understanding the reality of, just like saying that.
Pretty much been the whole year with some Republicans. It's like they don't understand what he's doing until he does it. Then
Right.
everything's fine. Then they start questioning again.
It's same thing happened in the first term.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens here is people, if you just use common sense, it'll take you a long way. Take, for example, the officer that fired the first shot, right? Mm-hmm. Who in their right mind would say to themselves, because I've seen the argument made that these ICE agents are just, they're out there bloodthirsty. Like, they go out there wanting to do that. Who in their right mind thinks that Border Patrol agent, that ICE officer, put his boots on that morning and said, you know what I feel like doing today? I think I'm going to go out there and try to kill me a protester.
I think it was the exact opposite. It was more like, I hope I don't get shot today.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I don't get shot, and God forbid I be put in a position where I have to shoot somebody else, because every single one of them know that, and we're just on the heels of Nicole Renee Good, okay? And they know what that agent's going through. They know that if they are put in a position to where they have to fire upon a protester, that the full weight of the media, the full weight of Democrats, politicians, the full weight of all of those protesters, Hollywood, the music industry, Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl halftime show, the full weight of all those people are going to come down on that officer. They know that every day. Who truly believes that any of those officers said, you know what, that's a good trade-off. I'll take all that heat as long as I can put a bullet in this guy. They don't want to do that. Nope. It's the last thing they want to do.
Yep.
They saw what happened to Derek Chauvin. They don't want to be next. They're probably terrified. God bless them for even having the job. It's a wonder that every one of them hadn't quit.
Exactly.
But it's, people don't want to look at it that way. People are set in their ways, especially those that had their opinions as soon as the shooting happened. They were just, this is what happened. You can't convince me otherwise. And what's everybody's argument? The video's out there. We all saw the same video. And I'm like, yeah, that's what's bizarre to me. Like, we're all seeing the same video. It's a little more complicated. It's not as cut as dry as some. But if you use your head, you can see that it is more complicated than just, I got to shoot the guy.
Yeah, and this reminds me a little bit of just like a replay at a football game when they show it on the Megatron or whatever. Depending upon who your team is, you might see the outcome different. Whether it's a penalty, he hit the line, he didn't.
Bingo.
So this is what these people are doing.
That's it. And so everybody's going to act the way they act. People like Jimmy Kimmel are going to go on TV and cry about it and pretend to care about individuals like Alex Pretti and his family. This is from last night. Watch this. Actually, I don't know if we can play it. Just play the first few seconds.
Yeah, I'll have to.
And to the people of Minneapolis, to the Pretti family and the Good family.
He's crying.
And these people who were looking out for their neighbors.
Okay.
Vomit.
God.
Does anybody remember seeing him crying for any of the families that were killed by illegal immigrants?
No.
Anybody? No? Anybody else for that matter? What about Charlie Kirk? Oh, that's right. He made a snide remark about Charlie Kirk when he died.
Yeah.
No tears for him.
When's he out? Isn't he like gone in April or something? Or is that Colbert?
That's Colbert.
That's right.
Oh, he's gone in April.
I need his ass out too. I'm sorry.
Yeah. This was posted right here. This is a voicemail that one of the Border Patrol or the ICE agents received, a death threat for his family, his kids, everybody. This is what these individuals, even before the shooting, this is what these agents deal with on a basis, day in and day out basis.
You're a fucking fascist pig. You should fucking kill yourself. I hope your wife dies. I hope your mom and dad die.
Yeah.
I hope everything wrong that could go in your life happens. I hope you have the most miserable life. I hope you get hit by a bus. I hope you're paralyzed and your wife leaves you and starts getting fucked by BBCs every day. You are a traitor to the American people, to the values that made our very country. You should kill yourself. You're fucking disgusting. I hate you. Everyone hates you. You're a fucking murderer. and all of your friends are f***ing murderers, and your bosses are a bunch of pedophiles. Kill yourself.
You're a fascist pig. Yeah.
What?
I wish we wouldn't have played a couple of those words, but whatever.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, you got to ask yourself, like, who would even want to stay in this role? Like, God bless America that we have individuals that are strong-willed enough to even continue to do that job.
I detected a high soy diet once again with the way he ended his sentences, like, ah, you know, at the end when you're saying stuff. High soy.
Vomit.
Yeah. So,
Brainwash.
anyway, I think what you're going to have.
I'm sorry, I'm out of here. I can't take this anymore.
In other words, he's hungry.
No, I'm out of here. Wait a minute, I'm going the wrong direction.
Oh, dude, don't.
Comfort food. Isn't he? You're on the rock steady diet.
We got.
No, that's
silhouette.
Friday. That's Friday.
Just give it 30 minutes, John Bird. We'll be done in a few.
Watch this. Seriously, watch this. You're going to be amazed. I'm only going to take 2.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to put them in my mouth, and I'm going to let them melt.
All right, we're gonna pause the show until you get done with that.
Don't pause it.
Well, you have to pause if you got your mouth full of balls.
2 of them.
See, like this, I can talk. Man, I'm telling you, I am so upset with this whole Minnesota thing. See? Okay, that wasn't working. Okay, I'll wait 30 minutes.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm starving, but that's okay.
That would be great. Whether it's cheese balls or John Bird saying hello to everybody in the chat, it's a fight to keep John Bird with us on this podcast. All right, so you done broke your carb gimmick, didn't you?
Nope. Only, well, then the whole, no. Crap. Thanks, Rainey.
Maybe start that tomorrow.
Yeah, well, no, Friday is the big day.
Oh, Friday. Okay. Well, Friday or the day after Friday?
No, Friday.
Okay, so Friday morning.
Well, no. Friday morning, which is the most accurate time, I'm going to weigh myself and take the photo.
And then start your diet after you weigh yourself.
Yes.
So the likelihood of you eating on Friday's show is pretty slim.
No, I'm going to start on Saturday.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yes.
Okay. By the way, OTL show, Cash App and Venmo. I've been very poor about reminding you guys. We're almost at the end of the month, and we need to pay our beloved John Bird. So anything you can contribute to make sure John Bird can pay his $40 heating bill at his house. As he has
it'll end up being like $130. I mean, I'm telling you, they screw you to the wall.
$130.
Yeah, it'll be something like that. Because normally it would be $300. I'm like,
and you have it on 59 degrees and it's still $130. All right.
Take cold showers.
Well, all right, guys. Send that money in OTL show. Just mark it as John Bird's heat bill.
Emergency fund.
And
I like this.
We'll get
I
it.
think this outfit looks good. Everybody's calling me lumberjack.
Yeah.
Making fun of it. I think it looks good. It's great for the cold weather.
I think I've seen Bubbles in that kind of attire before.
Damn it. Why? Why do you go there?
I mean,
I don't know.
you look good.
All right.
Sexy beast.
Hold on.
You look very responsible in that outfit.
You look tough. Yeah.
If I just had my mustache. And hey, you know what? Bob Cook. I will take a screenshot of what I just did there and send that to you as you continue with your search.
What's he searching for?
Petunia.
Oh, so there's nothing new on that?
Evidently not. And I know, Bob Cook, I know you're connected and you're doing your best, and that's fine.
I think Petunia would love the look, Bird, honestly.
I think so. I've got a good feeling about this. I may be just, going with this.
Maybe you need another date tonight with AI.
All right, so let's get back to the Minneapolis topic real quick. just to keep it rolling.
Yes.
Couple things by the numbers. What are these protesters upset about? They're upset about immigration enforcement.
Trump.
Right. That's the baseline. That's what's got this whole thing going in the first place.
I mean, I think you need the umbrella, Trump, and then everything falls under
Correct.
that. So
Yeah.
right now they're attacking
immigration.
Yeah, immigration.
Yeah. And if you look at the numbers between Donald Trump and Barack Obama, let me just give you some. Now, Democrats or these protesters or whoever are acting like ICE was just created last year. Like that Trump just created ICE, but they've been around for more than 25 years. What's even more important is that if you look at the numbers, ICE has a much better record under Trump than it did under Obama. There have been far fewer mistakes under Trump.
Yep.
The left doesn't care about them because this is, as you said, a TDS deal, just another excuse to protest Trump. Between the president's January 20th, 2025 inauguration and the end of November, the Trump administration arrested an extraordinary total of 595,000 illegal aliens and deported 605,000. The 170 ICE detained U.S. citizens cited in the study included about 130 arrested for interfering with or assaulting officers, according to ProPublica, which is a left-leaning thing anyway. So you can go ahead and make a buffer to say, well, if it looks good for Trump, it's probably pretty accurate. Only about 40 or so of those who were detained claimed to be U.S. citizens accidentally or erroneously arrested by ICE, and just half of those people were held for more than a day. Most were released in a few hours. Any error is serious, but 40 mistakes out of 595,000 arrests amounts to an error rate of 0.0067. That's roughly one wrongful detention for every 14,925 arrests. Compare that.
Nobody will hear about that.
Compare that to the final 2 years of Obama. In fiscal year 2015 and 2016, ICE recorded 263 mistaken arrests, 54 mistaken detentions, and 4 mistaken removals. During those 2 years, ICE made a mere 239,645 arrests, meaning that 54 mistaken detentions alone produced an Obama error rate, which was about one mistake for every 4,444, opposed to every 114,000 that Trump's made. Overall, the error rate under Obama was over 3 times higher than under Donald Trump. This is the double standard. This has been going on. And the way that Obama, the way that Hillary used to talk about the idea of illegal immigration, they were all against it.
Mm-hmm.
This is Hillary in 2014.
Here we go.
When pressed on not just illegal immigration, but children, illegal immigrant children coming into this country.
As we're seeing these thousands of children come across, shunted off into makeshift shelters.
It's horrible.
Hard choice. Let them stay in the United States or send them back.
Well, 2 quick points. One, the numbers are increasing dramatically. And the main reason I believe why that's happening is that the violence in certain of those Central American countries is increasing dramatically. And there is not sufficient law enforcement or will on the part of the governments of those countries to try to deal with this exponential increase in violence, drug trafficking, the drug cartels, and many children are fleeing from that violence.
Should they be able to stay here? It's safer.
It may be safer, but that's not the answer. I do not.
Should they be sent back?
Well, first of all, we have to provide the best emergency care we can provide. We have children 5 and 6 years old who have come up from Central America. We need to do more to provide border security in southern Mexico.
They should be sent back now.
Well, they should be sent back as soon as it can be determined who responsible adults and their families are, because there are concerns about whether all of them can be sent back. But I think All of them who can be should be reunited with their families. And just as Vice President Biden is arguing today in Central America, we've got to do more. I started this when I was secretary, to deal with the violence in this region, to deal with border security. But we have to send a clear message. Just because your child gets across the border, that doesn't mean the child gets to stay. So we don't want to send a message that is contrary to our laws or will encourage more children to make that dangerous journey.
How about that? The exact opposite of what they did over the Biden years.
I mean, who would have thought she would ever sound like she has some sense?
That was 2014. Here's Barack Obama in 2010. Listen to this. This is crazy.
There are those in the immigrants' rights community who have argued passionately that we should simply provide those who are illegally with legal status, or at least ignore the laws on the books and put an end to deportation until we have better laws. And often this argument is framed in moral terms. Why should we punish people who are just trying to earn a living? I recognize the sense of compassion that drives this argument. But I believe such an indiscriminate approach would be both unwise and unfair. It would suggest to those thinking about coming here illegally that there will be no repercussions for such a decision. And this could lead to a surge in more illegal immigration.
Why are you gay?
And it would also ignore the millions of people around the world who are waiting in line to come here legally.
He's going to deport himself?
Ultimately, our nation,
back to Kenya,
like
you
all
go.
nations, has the right and obligation to control its borders and set laws for residency and citizenship. And no matter how decent they are, no matter their reasons, the 11 million who broke these laws should be held accountable.
Wow. What a concept.
Sounds like Trump.
And they all were saying the same thing. Like, Trump's not doing anything crazy. They were all saying the same thing.
Trevor, $10 on the Venmo for John Burns' heat bill. Hey now.
He's a winner.
We're so cold. My gosh, it's so cold.
It's crazy, man. And again, you know, there were immigrants that died in custody. Here's one NPR story. I think this was NPR. It sounds like NPR. Talking about some of the detentions under Obama. We won't go with this whole thing, but just listen to part of this.
One morning in August 2010, federal agents stormed the home of Clara and Josefina, two sisters raising their 3 small children together. The agents handcuffed Clara in front of the kids, then loaded them into separate vehicles. When Josefina got home from work later that morning, she was arrested by Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, at her door.
Le preguntó al agente de inmigración a dónde le iban a llevar a los niños. Sí, yo les pregunté qué iban a hacer con ellos y me dijeron que los iban a llevar a donde llevan todos los niños. Hey, does she have a coat and shoes? Does she have a coat and shoes, Kathy?
While in custody, the 2 moms found out that they'd been the victims of a botched drug bust. The federal agents found no drugs, and CPS found no evidence of maltreatment. But because the sisters are undocumented immigrants, ICE kept them in detention for 4 months. For those 4 months, the mothers had no contact with their children, 2 of whom are U.S. citizens. Then, without notice, ICE dropped the 2 mothers at the U.S.-Mexico border. They had little idea where their children were, except that they had been put into foster care with strangers. Under the Obama administration, a record-breaking 400,000 people were deported last year. These families have seen firsthand how immigration enforcement can tear children from their parents.
So, where's the compassion? By the way, you heard how Obama was speaking? That's how Obama got elected. Mm-hmm. Everybody made a big deal about, he's a black guy. You're never going to convince everybody to vote for a black guy. It was that common sense approach to immigration, which seems like he took it a little far. You know, the Trump administration wouldn't do that. just drop them off at the Mexico border, no matter where they're from.
hardcore.
Like they're actually sending them back to the countries they want to go to, and nobody said a peep. It was fine. And the same people out in the streets, they would still praise Obama to this day, even though that it was
scandal-free.
Scandal-free.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. And I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but the hypocrisy by the left is so astounding. I mean, it even shocks me sometimes.
I'm not shocked anymore.
You done being shocked?
I'm done being shocked.
Well, this is their issue to cover up the fraud in Minneapolis, in Minnesota.
Oh,
because it's tremendous. Have y'all seen some of the videos of what the Somalis have done? It goes beyond the Somali community, but what they've done is they've put up the daycares was the big thing, but they would take these hospice offices where they allegedly dispatch nurses to do hospice care or home health care. They'd take like a big warehouse and supposedly put 40 different hospice companies in one warehouse and then funnel like millions and millions of dollars.
Dude, we've been missing out.
God, that's the real moneymaker. I mean, hundreds of millions, probably billions of dollars. Doctor, and I like this right here. We'll get lighthearted in a minute, but I want to stick with this. What Dr. Oz does right here is what Trump administration officials need to do. They're out there hitting the streets, and they're making videos for social media to show people firsthand what's really going on. Watch this.
So you can see these are medical buildings. They've got Cyrillic writing, Russian, Armenian writing. On both sides, there's lots of action, it seems. I don't know how many patients are getting care, but in this 4-block area in Los Angeles, there are 42 hospices. So either there are a lot of people dying here, or you've got a fraudulent activity that is so good that everyone wants to get in on it. I'm in Van Nuys in Los Angeles, and this boarded up area above my head here is a big hospice center. There are apparently quite a few hospices around here, 42 within a 4-block radius. And these guys stole $16 million. Listen carefully. The main guy went to jail for 2 years, stealing $16 million, which is a good trade-off for a lot of folks. And if you look at it, it's pretty in the script. There wasn't anyone really in there. They weren't doing any services. They just got an address they could claim was a hospice, and then they ran the business, claiming people were at home getting services, which they really weren't. What we have learned is there's roughly $3.5 billion of fraud taking place here in Los Angeles in hospice and home care. It's run quite a bit of it by the Russian Armenian mafia. You notice the lettering and language behind me is of that dialect. And it also highlights the fact that this is an organized crime, mafia deal where you've got folks who have systemically recruited doctors to write false prescriptions.
So you see what's happening here. This is in Los Angeles, but this is similar to the Somali situation going on in Minnesota. You basically have foreigners come into this country with the sole purpose of creating organized crime, organized fraud.
How long ago was this?
Let's put this, the reports from today.
Today, yeah.
Yeah. He put that out today. I think they probably recorded it a week ago.
Is this a news organization?
That's his own Twitter account.
That's Dr. Oz
Yeah.
from the Trump administration.
Dang, he used to have black hair. What happened, Doc?
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's...
Man.
Yeah, they went around looking to some of these... if you look at the situation in Minnesota and Minneapolis, they'll have... You know how they have office buildings? Kind of like at the radio station.
Yeah.
They would buy 15 or 20 of those offices and say each one of the offices is a different business.
But that's not happening at the radio station.
No, it's not happening. No. But it would be the same group of people, and they would say, well, this is called this business, and this is this business, but they all just happen to do the same thing, and they would rake in all this money, file Medicaid claims and everything else, because under Obamacare, the money is free-flowing. It's like endless money for insurance companies and different healthcare services. And so the taxpayers have been getting a parade for God knows how long because of this fraud that's been allowed to happen by people, a lot of which shouldn't even be in this country in the first place.
And what was it Elon said, that roughly 10% of all of our tax money is going to fraud across the board?
Yeah. Think about that. Think about the $35 trillion in debt that the U.S. is in. What's 10% of that?
3.5 trillion, yeah.
Yeah, 3.5.
$3.5 trillion in fraud.
That's according to Elon, and he's
with a
seen more
T.
than anybody.
Yeah. Imagine that.
He saw all this coming. He knew Minnesota was a shit show. Whoops.
Well, it's been for 5 years. It's just gotten worse.
And he claims California is much bigger.
Yeah, they're saying California is 10 times worse than...
Yep.
Oh, it is. And what a cesspool, New York. What in the world's going on there?
It's crazy.
Is Trump getting rid of his building there?
Not that I know of.
Never.
Really?
Oh, that'll go after he's keeping... He'll never get rid of that place as long as he's alive.
It doesn't really matter because the world's coming to an end soon, according to the Doomsday Clock, people.
Well, we already be underwater by now, but go ahead.
Do y'all know about the Doomsday Clock? The organization that's the...
I've heard of it before.
Google that real quick, Tony, because I'm not entirely sure what it is either. What is the Doomsday Clock?
It's the countdown to the end of the world, I would assume. I'm just guessing.
It says that the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientist, an independent nonprofit organization founded in 1945 by the University of Chicago scientists who helped develop the first atomic weapons, maintains and sets the Doomsday Clock. The clock is adjusted annually by the Bulletin Science and Security Board in consultation with its board of sponsors to represent the level of threat from nuclear weapons, climate change, and disruptive technology. So basically, they've got a clock, and they say this is when the world ends. And apparently, they did their annual adjustment, and they moved it up by 4 seconds or something.
Whoops.
So we need to Google this. What does the Doomsday Clock mean, or how does the Doomsday Clock work?
Does that work, or how does it work?
How does it work?
Okay.
How does the Doomsday Clock work? Because it says X number of seconds until midnight.
Okay. There you go.
The Doomsday Clock as a symbol represents how close we are to destroying the world. Dangerous technologies of our own making. It warns how many metaphorical minutes to midnight humanity has left, set every year by the scientists. It's intended to warn the public and inspire action. So that's what they do. They say Doomsday is 82 seconds to midnight.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't understand, what's 82? Is 82 seconds, is that 82 years? Is that 82 hours? It's really creepy, though. This is their presentation that they did today when revealing where we're at on the Doomsday Clock.
It is the determination of the Bulletin Science and Security Board that humanity has not made sufficient progress on the existential risks that endanger us all. We thus move the clock forward. The Doomsday Clock is a tool for communicating how close we are to destroying our world with technologies of our own making. The risks we face from nuclear weapons, climate change, and disruptive technologies are all growing. Every second counts, and we are running out of time. It is a hard truth, but this is our reality. It is now 85 seconds to midnight. This is the closest humanity has ever been to midnight.
Yeah, well,
that's. I think they did good on the presentation because that lady made it seem super creepy.
Yeah.
But what does 82 seconds to midnight mean?
I don't know, but one thing she said is true. We are closer to the end than we ever were, right?
Yeah.
Duh.
And now we're even closer.
Yeah.
We're a minute. Actually, it's a minute 22. Why did they say 82 seconds? I guess there's more urgency in just saying seconds.
It's like they're selling fear.
Now we're even closer to the end of the world.
Yeah.
Well, Iron Maiden sang about that. 2 minutes to midnight?
Maybe that's what it was about. Because they said it was founded in 1945.
I don't know.
So 82 seconds, guys, whatever that means.
But I love how they put in there that the destruction of the Earth from us doing it. They didn't even say like a meteor coming. It was all our own doing. Like we're going to be the ones to do it.
AI, nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
You know, whatever they're saying is
Golden Dome
going to destroy the Earth.
Well, AI is. I mean,
there's another story out there about DHR in Birmingham, like running basically, and we don't have to get into this one because it's probably a little more detailed. We can save it. Apparently, the state of Alabama is snatching up kids and sticking them in foster care in order to make a profit. There are individuals claiming that, they're basically shipping kids around to make money.
Don't you think a lottery would produce more money by this time?
Yeah, it's like, let's not make the lottery legal in Alabama. Let's steal people's kids and sell them to foster homes.
No scratch-offs.
But here's the problem, and we got one more tab there. Here's the problem, is you run the risk of ending up with one of these if you snatch somebody's kid and put them in foster care. I'm pretty sure that the Doomsday Clock people might be right if we continue to produce individuals like this.
They could have said the world was ending, and I'm going to figure out a way to get me some McDonald's before it all go down. I got me my 10-piece nuggies. Let me get my sweet and sour. Yup. Rip that bit right open.
That's some surströmming.
Dip. Hold up. Crunch. Okay.
Oh my God.
This one is gonna be crunchy. But no, for real. I'm gonna go to my McDonald's.
Okay, I don't want to go to McDonald's anymore.
I did eat a couple of fries on the way up. Cheated. That's all right. Make cold as hell though. But that's because it's like 10 degrees outside.
Go chase ice or something.
It was hot when we left the restaurant.
I can't tell if this is real or not.
Oh, it's real. Oh my God.
Stop it, people! Stop it! God!
I can't take it anymore. No more videos, Andrew, please. Please don't show me more videos.
What just happened? Wow.
I think maybe he just got triggered. Is that what?
OTL show Cash App and Venmo for John Bird a new shirt.
I've
or
never
Super
seen
Chat.
him rip off his shirt just out of nowhere like that.
That was I mean, I'm be honest.
Usually he takes it off. He doesn't rip it off.
Well, I mean, I know that those kind of videos trigger John Bird, but I didn't know we was going to go that far with it.
The nails were kind of much. I'll give it that.
Yeah. Well, what are we? Okay, here he comes. Joe Bird, are you okay?
Yeah.
I tell you what, guys.
You're right, Russ Morrison. I am hungry.
Let's do final words so John Bird can get some food in his stomach. We'll do a quick post show after this. Tony Gump, final words.
Final words. Just make sure you got plenty of popcorn in your cupboard because Civil War is going to be pretty tasty. Just saying, why not?
And we're putting John Bird on the front lines during the Civil War.
Oh, yeah.
Once they see that number, they're going to retreat the other way.
Yeah, we'll have him in that softball helmet ready to go with the goggles. But get plenty of water, meat, and sunlight, and sleep. Stay a patriot and be positive.
And John Bird, final words.
Normally, at this point, I would apologize. I ain't apologizing. I ain't apologizing to nobody. Because I am ready to stand on the front line. I can't take these little weird-ass freaks videos. I can't take it. I have dropped my TikTok account. You know why? Because I can't take it. And you shouldn't take it either. Matter of fact, in a show of solidarity, if everyone would rip their shirt off at the count of 3, I would appreciate it. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Rip! Let's give them a couple seconds. Now, don't you feel better? You know what? That's what we need to do is to rip into those crowds of freaks. You know, don't drink caffeinated tea before you go to bed. I did that last night, and it really messed with me. So make sure if you're going to drink, don't drink caffeinated drinks. And let's take down those freaks on the left.
All right. All right, that's let's go ahead and get out of here. Over the Line post show coming up next. For those of you that are members, if you're not, look at our YouTube page. Click join.
Make sure you become a member.
Yeah, become a member, and we'll see you. We'll see you on the other side. Thank you, Tony Gump. Thank you, John Bird. Thank you, Bubba Army and OTL Nation. We love you long time. And until next time, Circle!